and we practice some conversation at the same time. Today we're gonna do something different. Is anybody familiar with the word persuasion? Persuasion. Anybody? And persuasion, you know what it means?
Get someone to believe or something.
Leo. Persuasion. What's the meaning of that word? No idea. Okay, good. Actually, it's good that you don't know because today we're going to learn about that. About the art of persuading somebody to do something. Now, persuasion. Is anybody here familiar with Jane Austen, the author? No? Well, I suppose you are very young. The novel, Persuasion? No? Have you? You know about it? What do you know about it?
I watched the movie.
You watched the movie?
Yes.
Okay, yes, there is a movie about it. There's more than one movie about it. But the movies are based on the book, right? Jane Austen, just a little bit of general knowledge here. One of the biggest writers of the 19th century, okay? There's a lot of movies out there probably you have watched before, so you don't know that actually were based on the book. So, Persuasion is the title of the book. I was about to ask you, what is the book about? But you don't know. What about the movies? So you watched the movie, right? Which one? The Netflix one, I guess. Because it's the newest one. This one.
Yes, the news.
Yeah. So there is a movie Netflix called Persuasion, which is based on the novel. There's other adaptations made of previews, like in 2007. This one is better actually. I watched both of them. The first one is better than the second. Netflix is, I don't know, a little bit too TV for me. Anyway, why I'm bringing this? Because I want you to explain you the concept of persuasion. So let's just look it together, okay? Look on your phones, persuasion. What is the meaning of the word? If you have the definition, you can just read it from me, okay? So we are looking for this, persuasion. Does anybody know? I have to give you a pointer away to give you the definition. You can just read it directly from your phone. That's fine.
This is our advice, and it's very convincing.
Okay, let's break down in ideas. Persuasion in ideas. So you mentioned advice. Advice. Okay. What else? Belief. Anything else? Conviction.
Oh, yes, to convince someone to believe your idea.
Convince. Okay, I think we can work with those three. So, advice. That means that you are giving your opinion about something to someone, right? For instance, if it's raining, what can you advise people? William, right? What can you advise people if it's raining outside?
You need to take it on your own.
Good. That's the best and the most simple and effective advice you can give. Bring your umbrella with you, right? Good. Good. So let's move on to convince. What is that? You can just explain it with your own words. You don't have to go too methodical. Anybody over here?
To make someone accept your idea.
Yeah, it's like make someone to accept maybe an advice or an idea or point of view, right? You try to make that person to agree with you or to do something that you want them to do. So that's convince, okay? There's a difference between advice and convince. Advice can be taken or not. When you convince someone, you're trying to make sure that that person is going to do what you want to. So what's the difference between advising, you need to bring an umbrella because it's raining, or convince someone to bring an umbrella? There is a big difference, right? So imagine, let's gonna just roll up with the example that William tell us about the rain. So, if it's raining, I advise you to bring your umbrella. But what happens if I don't want to bring umbrella? Because, well, I hate umbrellas. What would you do? If you really want me to bring my umbrella? You see, it's a big gap between these two. You try to convince me to bring the umbrella, you have to do something. You have to persuade me. You have to use ideas, concepts, whatever is on your grasp to make me believe that I really need to bring my umbrella. Convince me about it. How are you going to do that? I will give you 1 minute to tell me. You can just write down one sentence trying to convince me to bring my umbrella on the rainy day. Okay, everybody, get to work. You can work with your partners. Last time you pair up with people, right? You can pair up today again. You choose a new partner wherever you want to, okay? And we'll give you, I don't know, 1 minute is enough. 1 minute for you to tell me something to convince me to bring my umbrella today on the rainy day. Got it? Let's try it. 1 minute. Let me put this down again. Look for a partner. Come on. Work with someone today. But you want me to assign you a partner. 1, 2, 1, 2. You were working two together last time, right? You two. Just work together again. Come on. You work with her and you work with him. See? Have a family. Come on, everybody. The reason that I pair you up is because that's in essence what we're trying to do here, which is communicating, which is speaking. So if you do it by your own, you're not actually doing too much, right? When you do it with someone else, you have to talk. And that's what I want you to do ultimately, right? So let's pair up. I'm gonna reset this timer. Remember, you have to come out with one, I don't know, very convincing idea why I need to bring my umbrella in this rainy day, okay? Alright, let's do it. Okay, so time's up. This is the umbrella that you're convincing me to bring with me today because it's raining outside, okay? I refuse to do it. I hate umbrellas. I don't know, I just hate them so much. Maybe I have a traumatic experience with them when I was a child. Who knows? But you want to convince me to bring my umbrella, okay? So, let's start with you guys. We will be together, you two, right? Okay, tell me. This is the umbrella. Why do I need to bring it today? It's able to tell me, okay? So,
Because you just come out the air conditioner and the gas and you may push the cold if you don't put an umbrella.
okay, so because I come from a very cold environment, if I go out and get wet, I'm gonna catch a cold.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good argument. Okay, I'm gonna get sick. Nobody wants to get sick, so okay, start thinking about it. What about you two guys?
If you don't bring your umbrella, that's the most best.
Okay, so we have a recurring theme here, which is sickness, which is good. I'm gonna write down one here. So, sickness. We're getting sick, right? Wet. Cold. Okay, here, girls, tell me something.
It is common sense for you to bring umbrella because if you don't bring umbrella in this city, it is a require method in a rainy season.
Okay, we're getting a little bit deeper here. So it is common sense. You're appealing to my common sense, which is a very good strategy. Because if you tell someone that they are not having common sense, and people start thinking, well, maybe it's something wrong with me. Maybe I'm the one that I'm not thinking clearly, because common sense is telling me to breathe in better, right? Okay, common sense. I like that one. Okay, Group. Yeah, you sure.
So it would be nice to bring an umbrella because if you wear the raincoat, it will be not convenient. So sometimes it's very heavy, and it's not convenient to comfortable to so it's better to bring umbrella.
Okay, so you think the umbrella is more comfortable than a raincoat? Okay. Comfort. Good. Back. Legal company, tell me.
If you get wet and increasing the chance of getting cold,
Okay, sickness again, getting cold, wet.
and it will cost much money to give it.
Money! Everybody gets convinced money is involved, right? Good. So, money. Yes, it's true. If I get sick, then I'm gonna have to spend money going to the doctor or buy medicine or whatever, right? Or I'm gonna be able to work. I'm gonna lose that income of the day. Good. Argument here.
If you didn't wear your hat today, you will get your hair go bald.
You mean my hair?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go bald.
Yeah.
Why is that?
In Taiwan, the raindrop has some chemical substance.
What is that? I heard that a lot of time before.
Acid rain.
It's like acid rain. Every single rain in Taiwan is acid rain.
Especially in the industry area, there's some factories that
Uh-huh.
after the gas.
Okay.
The rain and
I think that's a myth, but I'm going to believe you, okay? Just for the sake of the exercise today. So I'm gonna go bold. I know you're when I hear. But then, what's your name? Becky. Becky. You read this right here. Okay, thank you. So, I don't know. Going bold? How do you put that in a word? Like, your appearance? I don't know. Let's just put bold. Okay? Yeah, so we have a lot of different elements that you gave me, and all together they make this family that are trying to do something or pushing me to do something, which is bring the umbrella outside on the rainy day. So money is a factor. Getting sick is a factor. Wet and cold, which are two things that probably gonna take me to this state, right, of sickness. Common sense, because everybody's bringing umbrellas, and that's what people do when it's raining. Comfort. Instead of bringing the umbrella, you try to wear a rain sock. Maybe it's not too comfortable, as you say. You have to remove it and all this stuff, right? And ultimately, but more importantly, you're gonna go bald if you don't wear your hat when it's raining. This is just coincidental. It has nothing to do with rain, okay? I want to give you mine. So, if you put all these elements together in the right way, you can persuade someone to do something. So, did you persuade me to get the umbrella? Okay? So, that's the job you today in class. You're going to go all the way in the persuasion way. You're going to have to persuade me of different situations using your own words and your own judgment. Okay? Got it? Good. Good exercise. Before I forget, you have to send up the attendance for next week. So now everybody knows what persuasion is, right? How it works, how do you make it, and all the stuff. So let's do some exercise based on that. Where are those? Here. Okay, good. Let's take a look at this. So this is a hypothetical situation, right? Choose a place for the school end of year trip. And you have to persuade the headmaster, which is going to be me, and I will be the headmaster, that your idea is the best. Okay? For this one, do we still working? How many students do we have today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 13. Let's make groups of 3 for this activity, okay? Groups of 3, because 3 or 4 is 12, and we're 13 today. Okay, groups of 3 for this activity. So get together in 3, you already have 3 members, right? So you 2 need to find someone, and so on. One group is going to have 4 members, because we have 13 students today, okay? So 3 groups of 3, 1 group of 4. Scramble, look for your partners. Who is it? 4 over there in the back, right? Good. So here you need to break down in 3. It's pretty easy. It's fine if you break down for one activity. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Got it. So 3, 3, 4, 3. Okay, first group, which is the group with 4 members, you're going to persuade me that the first city on the top left of the slide is the one to go. By the way, do you know which cities are those ones? Which one is the one on the top? There. Sorry? Yeah, 3, 3, 3, and 4. Okay? So, going back to this, the first city at the the leftmost top of the image. What city is that? Tokyo. Okay, so Tokyo, you have to convince me that Tokyo is the best idea to go for an end of the year school trip, okay? You have to use anything up to your disposal to persuade me, understood? Okay, next group, here, the girls. Paris, okay, Paris is your objective. You have to convince me that Paris is the best option, okay, to go. Here, guys, that one. Which city is that one? Yes. It's London. Okay, London is yours. Okay, and the guys there, this one. Where is that place? It's Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. Okay, so we have Rio, we have London, we have Paris, and we have Tokyo. I will give you 5 minutes to do this. You have to convince me. Sometimes to convince me, you have to find reasons to tell me why the other cities are not good to go. It's not just about highlighting the good things about your city, it's also bringing up the bad things about the other cities, right? Because they're going to give you the edge when you try to convince me later. Let's give you 10 minutes for that. 10 minutes. You can even write down your ideas, whatever you need to do. After that, every single team is going to pitch your city here in the front, okay? Got it. 10 minutes. Everybody get to work.
Pasta. also museum and also artists. And also they have a very strong fashion style, fashion element. And they have such a strong Paris so many 那个香海的So compared to ours, we have the fashion brand and also very a lot of museum there. And also artists very famous. There are so many famous artists from Paris. Like 伊娃的伊娃 green 伊娃 green 不会 also Paris very beautiful centers compared to Rio
那我们有什么其他地方？
Okay, some good strategies for you to explore is like things that you feel will be good to do in that city. Okay? Or landmarks, places to see, places to visit, how much it costs. Okay? All those elements.
伦敦太走下，走下。
Really thinking of and also Rio is not so many restaurants. Too expensive.
我觉得他这几个点的物价都不低耶，对，人太多，
人太不靠谱，Brazil, the range of the poor and the rich is so different.
人的贫富差距太大，还是他太
Poor is so
我去巴西也在讲，
它是就是
我觉得不管是好的坏的，我都讲不太出来。
Brazil is a good place to because they are
小麦高，
they are good compared to other three Brazil is too far.
对，如果离我们来说，巴西应该是最
巴西要先去美国的很知道，对，最近的对啊，最远是巴西，
对，最远是巴西。
拍这种
我想说是自然很好，我想说自然怎么
自然是 they are easily have being stolen, also being robbed. Robbery. And stolen goods.
但这种情况在欧洲很常见。
很多东西被抢，所以
不好讲，对，都有。
就是相较于日本那个巴西，
他们治安比较
好。可是我是日本人，我是伦敦的，我是巴黎，巴黎。
对。
热情，好可爱。
其实里面最好讲的就是
而且今天人好少，吓到。12个有满。
那个东京近，然后又便宜，然后又很漂亮。
像是最好讲的一个点是，可是我觉得现在很多东西很难吃啊，又冲下雨啊。
这是哪里的这种？
他们东西很难吃。
哎，这是形容可是伦敦东西很难吃，是因为他们东西贵，所以才难吃。
应该是说他们好吃的东西都不是他们本地的东西，就是进驻，可能巴黎进驻，米其林餐厅，然后在他们那里，然后或者是日本的寿司师傅在那边开店，对，但不是好吃在他们那里。
缺点就是都是好吃的，
然后是尝下来，
法国的东西也不是都好吃的，
真的不知道，完全不知道法国。有一个甜点在其实巧克力很好吃，我觉得好吃的，比较脆，然后它里面的那个蜂巢真的好贵。
法国那个马卡龙太贵，
真的，我马卡龙还 OK。
没关系的，
我觉得巧克力真的要看人，好像很多人很爱的在，可是真的不喜欢的人真的是不知道在吃什么。
法国餐就是贵的在于是吧？
刚才的图片就是爱时装周，
法国的那个课很上，
你们讲超 detail 哎。
那个发散人的，
是吗？怎么在？所以他们有流金，巴塞罗那有流金那里。因为巴塞罗那不是在西班牙，我只知道在那个
巴黎那个，
不知道。
反正是奥运那个时候的菜那个，就有被讲说这个神奇比赛。
我在想他缺点不行。
没有跟我讲，你要努力啊，觉得。
哇，所以每一条河都很长。就巴黎，对不对？
我跟你说，这个越工业化的那个河越长。
对。每个都看起来像工业化程度比较高的国家。
它的以前是不工业化，因为他们以前巴黎的那个就是很多工厂。对，但是这个都是工业的，都很大。
Okay, time's up. Let's see what you have done. How do we do this? Let me just Remember, you come over here and you pitch your city. You have to tell me why. That's the best destination for the end of the year school trip. Also, you can tell me reasons why the other options are not that good. That helps you to persuade me that yours is the best option. So, who wants to give it a try first? Everybody has to do it. So, everybody? No, no, no. Okay, here, good. Come on over. Remember, I would like you to, all of you, to express your opinion, not just one member of the team. So try to, everybody, have their own time on the spotlight, okay? Talking about it. I'm going to be asking questions too, so make sure that you know how to answer those questions, okay? And I also want to try to get some ideas for each team. Maybe I can make a kind of like a table in which we divide the good things and the bad things about each city. Let's do that, okay? You can start. Come on, microphone is your friend. So, which city? You are talking about Paris, right? Okay, tell me the reasons why Paris is the best option to go.
Yeah, there's a lot of famous brands. For example, LV and Chanel.
A lot of what?
Famous brands.
Famous brands to spend money, like shopping, right?
Yes.
Okay, how many of you likes to go shopping when you go abroad? Don't lie to me, everybody likes to go shopping, right? Even the guys, they buy different things that the girls do, but you still buy things when you go abroad, right? So shopping is always a good way to start, to persuading someone to go to a place. Okay, good. What else? Some artists. What kind of artists?
From there.
From Paris.
If you are the Greek,
Sorry?
do you know Eva Green?
Eva Green, the actress.
Yes.
Yes, I know. Well, I don't know her personally, but I know who she is. Okay, so yes. What about her? She lives in Paris.
She is born in Paris. She was born in Paris.
Okay. So if we go to Paris, are we gonna have a chance to meet her? Okay.
I think it's hard to say.
Of course, I don't think we're gonna be able to find her in Paris, but that's a good try, right? What else?
Paris has so many museums.
Like which one? Which one is the most popular museum? Remember, when you're giving me reasons, you have to back up those reasons. The best way to back up your ideas is just giving me proof or names or something about it. You tell me Paris has a lot of good museums. Which one? Tell me, which museum? Does anybody knows? Which is the famous museum in Paris? The Louvre, yes, the one with the pyramid, like the crystal pyramid in the entrance, right? So, girls, you have to tell me all that information. It's gonna give you 10 minutes to do that. What else? Museums, artists, shopping, what else?
Fashion.
What about it?
The fashion industry, they have this kind of.
Okay, let's just sit down. I'm gonna explain a little bit before more. I call some other teams. Sit down. Good thing, but we need to work a little bit more in this activity. Why? Because you're giving me very, very vague ideas. You tell me, oh, it is a city that is good in fashion. It's a city in which we can meet Eva Green on the streets. Those are very ambiguous reasons. There's no reason, there is no actually real proof that that's going to happen. So you have to give me concrete evidence that Paris is a good place to travel as a end of the year school trip. Right? So first of all, you have to put your mind in the mindset that you are students which are going to end the year of school and you are going to be taken by the school to a travel abroad. So you have to convince the headmaster of the school, which is me, which place do you want to go. So you give me those reasons, you are not convincing me. Right? You know what I mean, right? So let's start with some elements to help you. I write them down here when I was sitting waiting for you to finish. So, persuasion. In this particular case, we need to work with some factors, okay? What is that? Those are the reasons that you're going to exploit to persuade me about something. I call it factors. You can call it another way, but I will explain you what I mean by that. So, if you go in a school trip, right? What is the first element that you have to think about if you are a student? You still live at home.
To learn French.
Yes, but before you get to that point, you need to tell somebody at your place that you're going abroad and you need permission for that person to go abroad if you're a student, right? Who is that person? Your parents. Your parents. You cannot just go, I'm gonna go to France. You have to ask them first, right? So, parents is a very important factor in the persuasion, right? You have to convince them. You have to think about which place do you think your parents would allow you to go if you have those four options? Japan, Rio, London, or Paris? Be honest. Which place do you think your parents are going to allow you to go? Tokyo. Tokyo, right? And why is that?
Because the budget.
Exactly, but we're getting a little bit ahead, right? But that's my point. You have to think about it. If you know that Paris is a very expensive city and it's going to be difficult for your parents to allow you to go there, you cannot talk about parenting when you're trying to persuade me. You get my point? So you have to find the right factor to persuade me about the city. And we know that Paris is not one of them if you go to Paris. Right? So you leave that outside the persuasion.
Although Paris is very expensive, you still have some good step forwards.
Okay, so you have to use those good points and exploit them to persuade me. Now it's up to you to find which ones are those good points. We're gonna get to that later, okay? So another factor that I just point out here is like money, cost. How much it costs to go from here to Tokyo, from here to Paris, from here to London, from here to Rio. Money is always a reason to persuade somebody, okay? So if I'm your parent and you really want to go to Tokyo, but the school is pushing from Paris, how are you going to convince me as your parent to go to Tokyo? First thing you're going to say, it's going to cost you less money. If I'm your parent, I'm going to say, yes, that's true. So I'm going to agree, right? So you have to use these factors to exploit on your persuasion. Another point, safety. The cities are very different, right? Safety issues. Which of the four cities do you think is the most dangerous one? Don't tell me now. You will tell me later when you are telling your reasons why your city is better than the other ones, right? You can Google that. Which of the four cities is the most dangerous? I think so. They used to So, another reason, or another factor, attractions, the places that you're going to see when you go to that city. Attractions. Which city has better attractions? Which ones are the most important, popular? The one that you want to go and take a selfie in front of it. So you have to tell me about those ones too, because that's a selling point to go to a place. And the last one I write down distance. The distance actually comes endorsed with the cost. because the cost is going to be based on how far it is, which is the distance from type A to that point. So there you go. You have 4 factors that you need to think about when you're telling me the good things and the bad things about the city. You got it? I'm going to give you 5 minutes to keep thinking about it, because we're going to take a break and I'm going to figure out why there is no aircon in this classroom. Okay? So 5 minutes. Think about this and how do you connect with this in the persuasion exercise. 5 minutes.
吃搭配的东西没有，但是不能吃产品，你要吃不能吃。
这个几个你讲对的，你要去去玩。
会变成但是三个超味，它真的是冰淇淋，所以我的意思，可是我觉得不确定，应该是。
他是去，然后大家聊天。
It's almost break time, right? So let's say you get 5 minutes break or 10 minutes break. At least 10 minutes break, right? From 1 to 110, right? Okay. We have 10 minutes break before we continue. Celine, where's Celine? Celine is here today. No. Sherry. Eric. Eric. No. Jane. John. Carl. Leo. Melody. Nikki. Owen. Hi. You need to sign up, right? Okay. Just going to come back and get Peggy. Rory. Sam. Sheridan S. Timothy. Tina. William. Willie. Okay, I need your name to Okay, so R-U-E-I. You're doing is for participating. For the students that just arrived, feel free to join any other team to participate in the activity, okay? Then your classmate can explain you what are we up to at this point. But try to work with somebody together for this one. For the next one, you can break down again and then we can get you pigment together, okay? Whistle break. Never hear that. Whistle break, right? Okay, so we were working with the teams, and the task at hand was convince me which of these four destinations is the best way for the school and all year 3. I am the headmaster of the school, you are the students, and you're trying to convince me which city is the best option for us to go. Now, the class today is about persuasion, about how do you use words, facts, anything on your disposal to convince somebody else to do something or to think in a certain way. Now, we explained before that in this particular case, I would like you to use factors, which is the things that you're going to exploit to make your persuasion pitch better. And we mentioned that we have parents, cost, safety, and attractions to tell me about these 4 cities. Okay, so let's give it a try with another team to see if they did it properly. So let's go with the team here in back. Your team Tokyo, right? Come on. Pictures again, Tokyo. Why is Tokyo the best option for us to go for the end of the year school trip? That's a big group.
I think Japan is the best trip idea because there are 10 reasons why we choose Japan.
You even listed 10 reasons.
Yeah.
Good. Let's hear them.
First one is the word in Chinese and Taiwanese use the word. Yeah. So because the Japan use the kanji and Taiwan is more easy to conversation with them.
You mean in Japanese?
Yes.
Okay.
And the second one is the food and the food. Yeah, the food. Contrast the Western countries. Japan is more diverse in food. We can choose a lot of food like sushi and fruits and some animal foods.
So do you think that the food in Tokyo is going to be better than the food in Paris?
Because in Western countries, we only choose the fast food and spaghetti or like that. But in Japan, we can choose a lot of diverse food.
Why is that? Why can you choose more diverse food in Japan than in other places?
I think because in Japan, it is a country that near a lot of nearby China, Korea, and Taiwan, so we can share the goods.
There are similarities between Japan and Taiwan, right? First of them is like both are islands. Second is because, well, Japanese, you occupy Taiwan for a period of time, right? So you also have like that kind of influence in the food too. So the reason behind that argument is like you are familiar with Japanese food in some sort of way. So it's easier for you to choose different dishes or more options when you go to Japan, right? Than you go to other places. Good. Okay, so you explained 2 of the 10, right? I want somebody else to explain the next 2.
Next, okay. The third is.
Somebody else. Ooh.
And the third is safety. We are supposed to go to Tokyo. It is because Tokyo is much more safer than other countries. For example, Tokyo's crime rate is much more lower than other countries. So it is really good for tourism to go visit Tokyo. And the other reason of visit Tokyo is because the public transportation. The public transportation is really quick and clean than other countries. For example, Paris.
Yes. But they are throwing under the bus Paris in several ways, which is good because you're trying to make your pitch be the best, right? Very good. The next 2.
Japan's temperature is comfortable to Japanese.
Is that true? I mean, depends where in Japan. We're talking about Tokyo, right? So Tokyo temperature can be quite cold in winter, right?
Yeah.
But Taiwanese still can endure it, I guess.
Yes.
Okay, what else? It's 2 reasons each, right? Because we have 10, so 2, 4, 5, 6. It's good for your what? So they have cherry blossoms.
Yeah.
Okay, what about them? We have cherry blossoms here too. Okay. Okay, good. What else? You mentioned 10 reasons. We have 2, 4, 6 so far.
It's close to Taiwan.
Goes to where?
Taiwan.
Yeah, that's one important reason, right? Being closer means what?
It's cheaper.
Yeah, the flight tickets are definitely going to be cheaper than going to Paris or going to Rio, right? So that's a very good point to exploit. Like, the cost is going to be cheaper traveling there because it's very close. How long it takes a flight from here to Tokyo? Does anybody know?
3 hours.
3 hours, right? 3 hours is nothing. Basically nothing, right? So it's like taking the train to go somewhere here in Taiwan, right? Okay, what other reason do you have? That's the last one. Let,
They have famous spot in Fuji Mountain.
so you can be the Mount Fuji from Tokyo, right? What else we're gonna be doing if we go to Tokyo? What are the important landmarks? You also can bring that too, okay? move on to the next thing. You did great in the first part of the reasons, but the second part, which is like attractions and all that stuff, you are a little bit hesitant to tell me things. So you need to know which places are the good places, the hot spots to go to the city, right? Because that's part of the convincing process. But good job. Give an applause to this team, please. Okay, let's move on to Team London. Team London, come on. Here's the microphone. Okay. Convince us why London is the best option for the end of the year school trip.
Something I will tell you about what is the culture about the food. And London has a tea culture in UK. So if you are a tea guy, you love tea or you think the Taiwanese tea is not much good, so you can go to London and know the real afternoon tea and like the bread or salt pie or croissant. I think the social media here is a double XL croissant, you know. Yeah, I think and a little cup of coffee. Yes, if you travel to London, you can see the true croissant in the world. I think the Taiwan croissant is bad.
Pastries in general here in Taiwan are not very good. Sorry, but it's the truth. But I still love Taiwan, okay? I still love it. Okay, so food, right? Important things to talk about the places that we're going. People that talk about Tokyo, they mention the food, which is important. It is very good there because you have this plethora of places you can choose from and you're familiar with them, right? Okay, what else do you have besides food? Keep moving.
Yeah, I think go to the London, you have a good reason to tell your parents this about we can go to London and we can join the situation only talk in English. So you can talk to your parents to say you want to improve your situation, so you want to go to London.
That's a very important pitch for your parents. You can say, I want to practice all those years of study in English, all that money that you spend, paying for English schools and education. I want to put it into practice. I want to go to London to practice. If I'm one of those parents, I will be, okay, that's a good argument. Maybe it is a good reason for letting you go to London, right? Okay, good. What else do we have?
So London has many tourist attractions, like London Eye is the best spectacles in London. Looking there, very astonishing. And then there's also the Olympian city in 2012. There's many sites in there. There's a British museum. It's a British actual. You can see so many books in the museum. So I think the cost, you can choose the cheapest accommodation like backpacker, because it's kind of choose the money. So I think you want cost to the less money.
Okay, so if you find the right accommodation, it could be cheap, right? Okay, anything else you want to add, or we move on to the next thing?
You can learn more British English because in Taiwan people really learn American English. So it's a good chance to practice and learn British English.
But what you like the most, the British accent or the American accent? American accent. And the British sounds like cute, right? Well, there in the back. American or British accent. Do you, any particular you like, or do you find with both of them?
Personally, like British accent, but I don't like it when it in exam.
Okay. Because it's difficult to understand, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good job, guys. Let's sit down. Good. Yeah. Okay, let's finish with Rio. Team Rio.
Since we live in Asia, I believe there are plenty of opportunities to visit nearby, like Japan. So, and also, London and Paris are also popular choice for many people. So, we think Brazil is a special, unique choice to have a trip over there. And however, well, someone may have concern about safety problem. That's why we choose the troop travel. Because traveling together ensures a more secure and organized experience. We chose to go to Brazil because Brazil architecture is contain the Spain and Portugal character, and Brazil retained a lot of historical building, and I think the cost to going to Brazil is not too high. So I think it is worth to go to Brazil because we can learn about the past, building, and different culture. And so I think it is more than, I think it is cost effective than the other big country we often see on TV and in book.
I introduced some special attractions in Brazil, like Copacabana Beach and Amazon Forest. And Rugby had good culture, and there really nice soccer history. So, and they give birth to a lot of famous players like Pelé and China and Ronaldinho. If you like the soccer, then you can go there because Asia is not so famous as right?
Like soccer here. I mean, yeah, but that's a selling point. It is definitely a selling point to go to Brazil because that's like the cradle of football soccer, basically, right? So if you are into that kind of things, yes, it's gonna be the place to go. There's other things to do in Brazil. There is a very big festival there.
Oh yeah.
Which one? Happens once a year. It's very colorful and
It's known as the Samba.
yeah, it has to do with Zamba. It's a carnival, okay? Carnival in Brazil is super popular, and it happens in Rio, okay? Also, there is a very move around. That big statue over there. What's that? It's Jesus. Yes, it is Jesus. But this is one of the important landmarks to go to see. You go to Rio, right? I think it's Christ Redeemer is the name of the statue, right? So it's a landmark that you can see the whole city as you see like this picture from over there, okay? Remember, when you are trying to convince me, you have to sell me the landmarks and the very important parts of the city. Okay, good job, guys. Okay. Okay, an applause for the Team Rio too. Okay, so let's do something just to wrap up all the ideas about this. Maybe we use this thing, but not everybody can see it. Let me just shut down this. That's the problem when you have the screen just on top of the board. I use this very often, I have to go back and forth. Okay, so we have this, right? These factors: parents, cost, safety, and attractions. Let's just replace this good and bad with those 4 things. And we calculate where X is. So we have parents, then cost, safety, and attractions. Okay, so let's see. Parents. In terms of parents, to be able to convince them, or which one do you think is hard? Let's just do check marks, okay? 1 to 5. 5 is the highest, 1 is the lowest. So how many check marks do you put in Paris, here in Paris? That means that how easy is for you to persuade them to go to Paris. Which of the, let's do it this way. Which of these 4 cities is the easiest way to persuade your parents? Tokyo, right? So let's put 1, 2, 3, let's put 4. So it's 4 things. So the 4, or the one that has the most chances to convince your parents is Tokyo, right? Which is the next one? London. Why London?
Because the English speaking country.
Because the English, right? The English argument. You say, oh, I want to practice my English, so London will be the best place to go. So the third one would be? You still Paris. You think Brazil, right? What about you guys? Paris or Brazil? Paris. What about here? Paris. Okay, I think Paris is the winner. So Paris would be like 2 and then Rio 1. To be honest, if I were your parent, this would be the last option. Because I would be concerned about safety, about distance, about cost, and all this stuff, right? Okay, cost. Which one has the most?
Tokyo.
Because it's the cheapest one, right? So Tokyo. The next one? It's hard to tell. But I'm pretty sure that London and Paris, because they're in the same continent, and they're not that far. So let's put those ones together in number 3, okay? That means Rio, which is the farthest one, is the most expensive. You know how far you have to travel to go to Rio? You have to take a flight from here to somewhere in Europe, right? And if you go the other way around, you have to go to the US, probably LA or San Francisco, and then from there take another flight to Brazil, which is far from the US. It's probably a 24-hour flight, right? So it is a lot of money, a lot of time. Yes.
Yes.
Last option. What about safety? Tokyo number 1, right? Because it's very safe. Let's be honest, it's very safe. Okay? London and Paris. Which one is the most? I think it's similar too. So again, let's give 3 to these 2, and then Rio is the most dangerous too. Now, let's be honest with you. People tend to believe that Paris and London are safer than Rio, but I think it's basically the same. When you go to Rio, you need to know where places not to go. So the places that you are going to go as a tourist, they are quite safe. It's exactly what happened in Paris and London. All the touristic areas are quite safe. I mean, there's always going to be pickpocketing, but it's not like you're going to be like armed rob on the streets, right? So I wouldn't be so hard on Rio. I would say that Rio is basically the same thing in terms of safety as Paris and London, okay? And then the last one, attractions. Which one do you think has the most attractions? It's definitely not Tokyo, okay? In that part, Tokyo, a little bit lackluster. So which one is going to be the one that is most places to visit? London first. Does everybody agree? Okay, so London. Then the second one would be probably Paris, right? So 3. Then Rio. And then Tokyo. Okay? So you put all these together and then you summarize these with the words utilizing the factors, you will be able to persuade me which place is the best option to go. I think we all agree at this point there's going to be Tokyo, right? So that's how you persuade using all these elements. Now, we still have a little bit of time. I want you to do something else. But this one's going to be easier, okay? For this one, we're gonna have more students, so let's do groups of 4, okay? So, well, you have 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's do teams of 3 again. 3. So 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It doesn't add up. Okay. Teams of 4. Teams of 4. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Here. 1, 2, 3, 4. There. You 2, you and these 2, and then you guys all together, 5. Okay? Got it. Okay, so Leo and Melody, you work with Ahab and you are Eric. Okay? So 4. And then 4 here, and 4 here, and 5 on there. Okay? Good. This is the next persuasion exercise. In this one, you have to okay, so the school is giving some money. You have to convince the headmaster, which is me again, that your idea for spending is the best. So, this one, what is this? It's like a computer lab, right? What about this one?
Laboratory.
It's like an art studio, okay? What about this? Money from who? Yes, it's like probably a raise, salary raise for the teachers, right? What about this one? Like a gym room for a student. Okay, you have to choose this time. You choose which one do you feel is the best option to spend in the money, to spend in the budget, okay? And then I'm gonna go team by team and you're gonna tell me which one have you chosen and why, okay? I will give you just 5 minutes for that one, okay? Just 5 minutes. This one you don't need to actually think too much about it. Just choose one and tell me why you think it's the best one, okay?
I think, to be honest, the first one the school don't have the art studio because we don't have a 相关科系
art department.
yes art department.
That's true.
Maybe the most likely is the gym because the school gym is too old and设备 is equipment is not that is better than other gym nearby the school. So I think the first one is the gym.
First one for you is gym.
Yes.
Okay.
And what about you?
I think it's artist studio because school doesn't have art department and I want to try some different things.
Same opinion because now the students have a lot of pressure from the class, so they need to release the pressure. So it's good to have an art studio in the school, and student can just release the pressure and have a chance to create something.
Well, as for me, I will choose gym because I really
choice, two different choices. So we have to make a decision, right?
Yeah, I think it's good to have a gym in the school.
I think if you want to exercise, you don't have need to go to gym. You can do at home, at anywhere, at Tongkang.
And sports court.
Sports, yeah. You don't need to pay money to gym to event.
Oh, it's good. It's a good idea. And I also think about another benefit of building art studio. If we have some art paint or some paint, we can sell it and have some money to support others, support salary for teacher or support the computer lab anyway. I think it has some chances for us to not only choose our studio but also improve others' equipment.
And the four of them, only the art studio, the school doesn't have. And if we choose the art studio and it's not too much 效益 in school， 学校的观点来看，高的效益。So
But if you have a gym, you have to put other money for maintenance the equipment. So you need another money for maintain the equipment and for fix the equipment.
oh yes,
Yeah, so it will cost more money.
but technically you think what is expensive, art studio or a gym?
I think gym is more expensive.
True, because of equipment, right?
Yeah.
I think Eric is trying to tell that we already have gym equipment, so we only have to level up.
Yeah,
But our studio is from zero.
We need to pay more than level up because it's zero.
Okay, then how about this? Gym will be our first choice and our studio will be our second choice.
Yes.
Our team may make same decision with us.
Right.
Okay, so let's go team by team. I'm going to ask you from here, and you're going to just reply from there and give me your reason. Right, let's start with you guys over here. So which of the four do you think is the best? The gym. Okay, so this team, they have chosen the gym room. Why? What is the reason behind? What do you think that's the best option to invest the money in?
Because in Danjiang, we have not many big places to work out.
Okay, so you're thinking about the campus, Tongkang. Okay, that's good.
Yes.
You put yourself in a mindset and then you just go with it. So, talking about Tongkang, you feel that there's not too many places to do exercise?
Yeah.
Okay, so all of you do exercise, right?
Yeah.
Do you?
Our studio.
I mean exercise. Yeah.
Maybe once a month.
How often? That's a good way to say it. How often do you go exercise? Over there? Okay, that's a lot. Once a month, every day, I guess, right? I mean, if you're pushing for a gym, it's because you really use it, right? Okay, good. What about here? Which of the options have you chosen?
Art studio.
Our studio. Why our studio?
It is because Tongkang now didn't have art studio, and also if we at our studio, we can sell some pens.
Some artwork.
Some artwork.
Like as a student, you can just paint over there and sell them.
And sell them and
Get money.
get money to raise the salary of teachers.
Okay. So all the money that you get from the paintings is gonna go to the teachers. That's hard to believe, but it's a good start, okay? Good start. Here, which one? Computer room. Why computer room? Okay. Computer room, gym, art room. What have you chosen? Computer room, right? What are the reasons are you using for that? Okay, question. How many of those lab classes, like computer labs, do we have right now in campus?
So many.
A lot, right? Why would you like another one?
Yeah.
That's my question. Now the next question is, how often do you use it? How often do you use those labs?
Once a month.
How often do you use them? You just go there to print out some stuff, right? The same. What about you guys, gym guys? Probably you don't go never, right, to the computer. So, first of all, you have to think about, I'm glad that you bring TAMCAN into the equation, okay? Because then we are familiar with the surroundings, right? So, I have seen a lot of those lab class around, and they are virtually empty. Nobody uses them. So if I was the headmaster, I wouldn't put my money in that because you already have those ones. Now you mentioned something interesting about the softwares. So what would I do is like maybe hire people to teach students to use the software, but not make a new of those classrooms because we do have those ones here, and nobody uses them. Nobody uses them. One of the reasons is because people use phones all the time. Maybe 20 years ago, when people didn't have access to internet and phones all the time, those classrooms were very, very useful. People go there to use the computer to look for information. About 20 years ago, yeah, I suppose. Yeah. Right now, nobody needs that. So we need to find another way to make those classrooms viable, useful. So what you mentioned about learning software, it is one of the options. But for that, we don't need to make more. Okay? So I'm just putting my ideas out there. The gym. For you guys it's important because it's part of your lifestyle. But for the rest of the students, which is probably 90% of the people in campus, they don't go to gym. They don't exercise. So maybe I'm gonna use that to try to shut down your argument because I'm gonna tell you, well, just 10% of the population is gonna use them, the other ones are not going to use them. Also, when you make a gym or this kind of thing, you need someone there to teach people or take care of the equipment so that means that I have to hire someone else to take care of the place. Same goes for this lab class. Sometimes you need someone there to make sure that the students are not fooling around the equipment, right? This extra budget on top of that. The art studio. What do you think is more important? Science of art. It's a big question, I know, but just think about it. Science of art. What do you think? Arts. What do you think? Both are important, guys. Science. Here. What? Arts of science. Both. I think both are important in some sort of way because science is going to help us to that knowledge that we need to use in our everyday like maths, and if you go to find a job you need those ones too. But also arts is important because it nurtures the spirit. People sometimes needs to have that way to express themselves. So art is always something I'm going to be advocating towards. But again, how many people are going to use these classes really in Tampa? That's the question, okay? Would you, an art student, go and paint and draw and do stuff? Maybe the idea that you are suggesting about selling the paints looks attractive, right? You get some money and then you get something out of it, right? Okay, and the last one, the one that nobody have chosen, raise the salary for the teachers. Don't you think that is important too? If I ask you in this last 5 minutes, give me one good reason to raise the salary of the teachers in a school, any given school, no, it doesn't have to be this one, any school, right? If you pay your teachers higher salary, what good comes out of it? Improve their passion to teach students. Okay, what about there?
But maybe if you raise the teacher's salary, maybe they will raise the student intuition.
So it's a bad thing, right? No, but this is a hypothetical situation. We have the money already to do it, okay? So you don't have to think about, oh, the students are going to be charged for that. No, they're going to just give the money to the teachers. What good comes out of it? She mentioned passion. What about you guys? If you were a teacher and you get a raise in salary, how do you feel? What would you do to justify the amount of money that you get? What would you do? Here? Anybody? It comes down to this. If you are a teacher and you get a raise in salary, you're expecting to perform better because your salary is higher. So like you say, maybe it motivates you to teach better. It not always happens, but in most cases, it could. So that pushes the teacher to be better. And if the teacher is better, that's going to be reflected on you as a student. Because you're going to be able to learn more. You want to be in the class. And when students want to be there and they put their mind into it, they are learning more, which means you are getting better too. If you choose the gym, physically you're getting better. A few of you, not all of them. The arts also. The computer lab, yes. But if you choose raising the money to the teacher, it's going to affect every single student, no matter if they like gyms or arts or computer labs, right? Everybody's going to be benefited by that because at the end of the day, it's just two persons in the equation. It's the teacher and the student, right? I'm not advocating that that's the best option. I'm just telling you that in my rational mind, that's what for me works the best, okay? But you're free to pitch your case and use the argument that you want to persuade me that yours is better, okay? Got it? Okay, next class we're going to be talking about how to debate, which is the next step on persuasion. You try to persuade someone, but if somebody else is trying to persuade you back, then there is this clash, right? On ideas and arguments, and that's what we call debate. Next class, we're gonna be doing that. I'm gonna bring some ideas for you to think about, and then you're going to clash with others to tell me which of those are better. Okay? You understand? That's it for today. Thank you for coming. See you next time. Thank you. One more time, I'm gonna call the list, the ones that are here, to keep the points in participating. So I'm House here, right? Okay. Celine. No. Sherry. No. Eric. There. Good. And Jane. No. John. Okay, good. Carl. Okay. Leo. Leo. Yeah. I'm just giving it